Today on SPG1 Tactical, we lock down our optic with the Reptilia AUS mounting system. Whether you're looking to keep a precision scope secure for maximum accuracy or an LPVO secure while running competition stages or in self-defense or combat applications, you need a mount that will stay absolutely solid. Cue the Reptilia AUS optic mounting system. Now, some of you may have seen the video I did with Reptilia at SHOT Show 2024, and they were kind enough to send me the mount along with a few accessories customized to what I was looking for. The biggest thing that Reptilia wanted to get across to me is that this isn't just a one-trick pony. It's customizable to your needs and capable of adding accessories integrated into the mount. So how we'll approach this video is by going over the features and specs, my personal configuration, and then some closing thoughts. Now, when I asked what AUS stood for, I was basically given the line from Top Gun.
That's classified.
It's what?
It's classified. I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
This mount was originally developed for a contract, and the naming convention is based off of that, so instead, I'm just going to call it the Aiming Uncompromised Solutions Mount. The AUS mount is made from machine billet 7075 T6 Type 3 Class 2 anodized aluminum, or aluminium for those across the pond. The clamps that hold the mount to the receiver are nitride steel. Now, different configurations will adjust the weights somewhat, but on my 34mm diameter mount with a 39mm or 1.53 inch height, the mount without accessories comes in around 163 grams or 5.7 ounces. Speaking of available configurations, the base mounts come available in 30 and 34mm diameters with heights available in 39mm, or again approximately 1.5 inches, 1.7 inches, and 1.93 inches, which correlate with most of the standard heights and sizes we see on the market today. There is also a 35mm version that comes in a 39mm height, but that's for a specialty optic that was requested by one of Reptilia's contracts, and most of us are using 30 or 34mm optics anyways. And that's something you'll notice a lot with Reptilia products. All of their offerings are end user driven, which means they are rigorously tested and vetted. But back to the features, and one of the features that I really like is that the mounting screws are usable with multiple tools. You can use a T25 star wrench, flathead, or Phillips head screwdriver. We've all been there where we forgot the correct tool, so setting these up to be multi-tool usable is really nice. And then when you go to tighten the mounting screws or scope caps, the torque specs are engraved on the side of the mount. I find this to be a really nice touch because there's no more digging around for the user's manual or Googling it because it's engraved right there. You'll notice that there are 4 recessed pockets on the base of the mount. And in addition to lightening the overall weight, they provide more mounting locations for accessories, such as an offset red dot mount or their new integrated bubble level. And of course, the main draw to the AUS system is the plethora of mounting plates, angles, and locations that you can add additional red dots of multiple different footprints, or if you're bougie and got that big boy money, you can even mount laser rangefinders on a diving board, all into one solid package. So let's jump into how I have my mount set up right here. I knew that I was going to be in the process of building a precision gas gun chambered in 6 Max when serendipitously Reptilia offered to send me a mount and accessories. So if it wasn't clear, for full disclosure, the mount was sent to me free of charge. But I've now been using it on my 6 Max rifle, and so far I'm really liking it. I knew that I was going to use a precision scope, so 34 millimeters was a given. And after making sure that my objective lens would clear the rail, I was able to go with the 39 millimeter height. But I also wanted the option and availability to have a red dot for target spotting or even potentially close engagements where a scope would be overkill and not warranted. I settled on going with the front scope cap at 45 degrees, and this lines up really nice between the large elevation and windage turrets on my primary arm scope that I did a video on previously. But there are also options for vertical mounts and mount arms that attach to those pockets we talked about earlier. Now, speaking of the pockets, these are not compatible with something like the ScalarWorks pockets. However, Reptilia does offer accessories to include offset mounting arms for the red dots, as well as one of their newest releases that I was given the privilege of using, which is their mountable bubble level. This was especially useful to me as I was mounting the system for a precision gun. And this bubble level was a very nice, tightly precision machine fit, so there was absolutely zero wiggle room for the bubble level to be off. When I first saw it, I was a little bit concerned that the level would actually be able to move, but after getting hands on, I do not see that being a problem at all. It was actually kind of a pressure fit to get it to seat into that pocket and then tighten down with the screw. I unfortunately don't have that big boy money yet, but the only thing I think that would really round out my mounting system here would be that diving board and laser rangefinder, but maybe someday. But now that we've talked about how I have my mount set up, let's close out with some final thoughts. The AUS mount is a precision piece of equipment, and when you get your hands on it, you can really tell. And I like that even though it's very durably built, it's relatively low profile and not bulky. Everything is very tight tolerances and fits together nicely. And there are just little things that show such attention to detail. You'll notice things like a third pick rail lug that provides extra recoil protection and lightning spaces underneath the mount to reduce weight without compromising the structural integrity. I even like how it ends flush on a piece of pick rail as opposed to overhanging. I know that's simply something aesthetic, but when you're spending premium money for a premium product, it's nice to know that the whole design has been thought out fully. So if you're looking for an Optic mounting system that you can set up to your desired configuration or even able to adjust as needed, the Reptilia AUS mount might be the way to go. If you found this video helpful or informative, please go ahead and use those trigger fingers to tap or click on those like and subscribe buttons, as that greatly helps the channel grow. To find S2S 5-in-1 Gun Lube, endorsed gear, book suggestions, SPG1 Tactical t-shirts, and a copy of the book that I helped to co-author, The 6 Bullets You Can't Leave Home Without, head over to SPG1Tactical.com. For outstanding training, head over to Intuitive Self-Protection at intuitivesp.com or the ISP Facebook page to find course schedules, videos, and student testimonials. And lastly, be sure to stay safe, stay smart, and stay tactical, my friends.